What's up, guys? I hope that you're having an awesome day today. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you're new here, make sure that you take a moment and subscribe. I do weekly videos about health and share healthy recipes, so I would love to have you as a subscriber. So what we're going to be talking about today is brain fog. So what is brain fog? Brain fog is like a myriad of symptoms, and it's usually not a condition on its own. It's just like a bunch of symptoms that are usually as a result of something else that's going on. So you can have trouble concentrating, memory problems, you can have sort of dull headaches, confusion, trouble making decisions, and you just generally feel kind of scatterbrained. I have a list here of like all the different things when you look up brain fog, what can cause brain fog. So there's some really obvious ones. So anxiety and depression are two things that can contribute to brain fog. Insomnia, if you're not sleeping well, obviously you're not gonna be able to think clearly. Blood sugar issues. So if you have diabetes, if you're pre-diabetic, if you have hypoglycemia, things like that, that can also cause brain fog. Food allergies, dehydration, nutritional deficiencies, neck subluxations, adrenal exhaustion, heavy metal toxicity, thyroid issues, just any hormonal imbalances. So when you have brain fog, you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck is causing it? It could be any one of these things. So it's kind of a scary thing, I think, for a lot of people. If you've never experienced it before, maybe if you're someone who you kind of comes and goes because you have blood sugar issues, something like that, maybe you're like, okay, I'm prepared for this, I know what it is. But for some people, it starts and it just doesn't go away and you don't know what's going on and it's really confusing. And a lot of times it'll be paired with other symptoms as well. So you'll have like fatigue or headaches, or people will have anxiety. And so usually it's not something that is occurring completely on its own. Usually there's a bunch of other kind of generalized symptoms that are hard to diagnose as well. One thing that a lot of these different health issues that can cause brain fog have in common is they can cause inflammation in the brain. So we're not talking about the kind of inflammation like when you have meningitis and there's just a lot of pressure building up in your head. We're talking about like on a microscopic level, your cells are inflamed and they are triggering other cells to become inflamed. And inflammation in the body, whether it's in your joints or your brain or anywhere in your gut, it's a sign that there's something wrong. Your body's trying to tell you, it's trying to just, give you this warning sign of like something is going wrong here and we need to just readjust things. If you read about studies with anxiety and depression, a lot of times there is a micro amount of inflammation in the brain. And so this can be caused by something else, and then it's making you have brain fog, which then could make you feel depressed because you're not able to enjoy your life as much. And so it's this like terrible spiral of stuff. And a lot of it originates, I would say, in the gut, because our gut is just responsible for so many different things, the bacterial balance that we have going on. And that can be affected by the foods that we're eating, the stress that we have in our lives, the relationships, work, sleep, so many different things. So what we want to do is figure out how to fix these things. Number one, talk to your doctor. Make sure that you have a good doctor that understands what brain fog is and is not going to tell you that you're crazy, because a lot of doctors will tell you that. And you're like getting all these tests done and you don't know what's wrong. And it can be really frustrating. So that's number one. Number two, make sure that you're removing any irritants that could be causing this issue. So if you haven't already, then you want to, remove processed foods from your diet. You want to take out refined sugars. You want to take out refined oils. You want to take out refined flours, and just try to eat more whole foods. Dairy is another thing that can cause inflammation in the body and in the brain. And so it's good to remove dairy. Synthetic ingredients, like aspartame, synthetic sweeteners, things like that. So getting that stuff out of your diet is going to be good for your body no matter what. But especially if you're dealing with brain fog, you want to address your digestion and removing these processed foods from your diet. Definitely get tested also and make sure that you are not having food allergies and things like that. If you have celiac disease, that could be another cause. Know your food better. Know the ingredients that are in your food, prepare more of your own food. Just simplify. People can save so much money by planning ahead, preparing their own food, knowing what's in there, not going out, not spending money on alcohol and stuff when you're out to eat, and not spending money on processed foods. When you go to restaurants, you have no idea how much oil, how much salt, all this stuff, they could be using MSG. So you want to take control of your food situation. If you've already taken care of the diet factor, you're already eating healthy, and you're still having these symptoms, then you got to look at what are the deeper health issues that could be going on and try to address whatever that is. So if you're having heavy metal toxicity, maybe you need to work with a practitioner to remove the heavy metals from your body. If you are dealing with extreme stress, at your work or at home or something like that, that can cause a myriad of symptoms, just like any other health issue. Just simply stress can wreck your body. So that can give you anxiety, it can deplete you of nutrients, and just simply being low in certain nutrients can also give you brain fog. If you're low in B12, if you're low in magnesium, there's a lot of different things that can contribute to that. And you also want to make sure that you get your sleep in check. If you have some sort of sleep disorder and you've already changed your diet and that's not helping with your sleep, then I would say you got to take deeper steps to get your sleep in order. Let's remove whatever the cause was in the first place. So let's say you have heavy metal toxicity from your water. Okay, well, it's not enough to just be chelating these heavy metals out of your body. You need to also figure out where was the source of this and how can I prevent this from happening in the future, because I'm obviously susceptible to having this kind of issue. If your body is just depleted of nutrients and different things from stress, what can I add to my life to help me handle and control stress better? Do I need to be supplementing with certain things? Do I need to incorporate yoga? Do I need to start meditating? So you want to take a look at those things and see how can you really set yourself up for long-term success. What can we do in the meantime? So say you are dealing with any of these things and you're in the recovery process and you're wondering, what can I do to help boost my mental clarity? What can I do to calm my anxiety and reduce the inflammation in your brain if that is what you're dealing with and that's the reason that you have brain fog? So one thing that I would suggest, since I am someone who has dealt with brain fog, and something that has really, really helped me massively, is incorporating magnesium into my diet more and also supplementing with it. And if any of you guys have seen my video that I did on when I was deficient in magnesium, you can check out that video. I'll put a link in the description. And you can watch that to see what the symptoms are of being low in magnesium. But magnesium is really incredible for reducing inflammation in the body and just calming the muscles. And it's essential for, I think, over like 700 different processes in our body. So it's a really essential nutrient. And it's something that I would say most people are low and deficient in. So it's definitely worth looking into. And there's a particular type of magnesium called Magnesium L-Threonate, and I talk about this in my magnesium video, that it's highly absorbable by the brain. So magnesium, we have trouble getting enough of it because we only absorb between 20 and 50% in our gut, and most people are just not even consuming enough to hit the daily amount that you need, let alone whatever percentage you're actually absorbing. So it's something that I think everyone can benefit from supplementing. If you read the reviews on Magnesium L-Threonate, you'll just be like, oh my gosh, this is a miracle. A lot of times when you're supplementing with magnesium, you can get loose stools and different digestive things going on. But this one has virtually none of those issues because it is so absorbable. You can take high doses of it and receive a lot of mental benefit from it without the downsides of the other types of magnesium. So Magnesium is really essential and helpful in reducing brain inflammation, regardless of what the cause is. So whether you're dealing with any one of these issues, heavy metals or food allergies or things like that, the magnesium can help in the meantime while you're addressing those issues. So if you're looking for something that you can do right now, I would definitely suggest looking into that. Talk to your doctor about it, do your own research on it. I'll put a link in the description to the brand that I use. This is something that I take every day, and it really, really helps to stabilize my mood. I feel like my mood is way more even when I'm on it. I feel like my mental clarity is better. My overall outlook on life is just way better, and I can focus and concentrate a lot more easily. Most of the brands, I've tried a bunch of different brands of this specific kind, and most of the brands, the serving size is 35% of your daily value. So I'm taking closer to like 100% of my daily value, and that's where I really see the most benefit. So you'll have to play with it and see what works for you. So I think that's it. So I thank you guys so much. Please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you like this video and these kinds of talks. I'll be doing weekly videos, so I would love to see you in next week's video. Comment down below, request videos and recipes. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.